Hello boys and girls, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is David, and today's discussion is going to be about what to carry for photography or video when you're retired and you're traveling. Now this could be, within the United States, it could be within your state, it could be overseas. And I got to tell us that today is Friday, March 27th. And it's 99 degrees as I'm taping this now. And let's see what 99 is in Celsius. Oh, 99 is 37.2222 in Celsius. So 99 Fahrenheit is 37.222 Celsius. Okay. And like I said, today is Friday, and this is the month of March 27th. Now you might laugh that I always have to look at my phone to see what day it is and what the date is. I've been retired about, let's see, I retired at 62 and I'm 77, so 15 years. So you would be surprised at being retired for 15 years, how you have no idea what day it is. You hardly even know what time it is. If you're watching TV or you're waiting for something to come on, you might be more in tune to what day it is. What time it is. But a lot of the times, if I'm watching something, especially a movie that runs an hour, a couple hours, sometimes I have to think, well, what day is this? Luckily, I bought a clock that has a day and date on it. So I just look at that and it tells me that it's Friday or Tuesday or whatever it is. So believe it or not, I have to go through that. So, okay, so let's get into some of, now this is the mirrorless mover 301. And this is by Think Tank. Now I think this is a pretty old bag, but you might still be able to find it online. Now the reason that I like this is because I can carry the cameras and things that I need, which we're going to go over right now, without too much problem, okay? One thing I don't like about it is it's a messenger bag, so it's on the side, all right? Not like a backpack. And you'd be surprised how a backpack evens things up better on your back than have something on this side. Then you keep flipping around and moving it over here. But I do have a smaller, as we see here, a smaller backpack. This is by, what does it say? USA Gear. This is pretty old too. I don't know how big this is, but I use this also. So it depends on if I'm carrying a laptop when I travel or I carry my iPad. Now, this case here, this holds my iPad, see? Well, I have my iPad here for this one. Now this iPad, let me measure it because I don't quite remember what it is. This is the 12-inch iPad. This is a couple of years old. So I use this one when I travel, when I use this bag, because this one here, besides, because I don't really compute anything when I'm traveling, so I don't really need a processor per se. And they all have processors, but I don't need I'm not trying to do any video work or anything on here. The reason I have this is I can check my email, I can make corrections on airline tickets, on hospitality ventures that I go on. And I could also, what I do with this is, let me reach back over here, sorry about that guys, is over here is when I transfer files, I can put them onto this hard drive instead of an SSD. This is still a platter hard drive. They're not very expensive. I think this is 5 terabytes. And this was like $99 or something. Well, that's because it has platters in it, the spinning discs, so the transfer rate is a lot slower, but that's okay. So what I do is I read the memory card from my camera, which is over there, or the one that I'm going to show you here, or another one, and then I transfer it onto the iPad. And then from the iPad, I transfer it to here. So I set things up to where I plug in the card. In this case, I've been using this one to travel. This is the Osmo DJI Osmo Pocket 3. Now the 4 hasn't come out yet. So this is a 3, and you can see this one, remaining battery is 99%. This thing here hardly ever runs out. Of course, I added a battery attachment here, so. I don't carry a big camera around to do video with. I just use this. This goes up to 4K. This does 4K 120. Now, I'm sure that the new one that comes out, which is going to be the DJI Osmo Pocket 4, the rumors are it's going to do 8K. So if you're interested in that, like I always am. But I can shoot in 4K and then use DaVinci Resolve to upscale it to 8K, so that's not a big deal. So I use this for my video. Now, you could also use, I've had very good luck with using, this is the Osmo Action 2, I believe. No, Osmo Action 4. So I use that also, and this one I can put on that I could put on here. And I have the grip here, and I face it out like this. And I can do video with this, really easy. Now, they say, as far as stability, let me start this up. While you are filming, this one here has a gimbal head, and this one here is not, okay? So this one here is more going to be subject to not being as stable, this one, as this one would be, okay? But I like to carry both just in case one goes off. You know, I have problems with one. Getting the information off of this is a little bit different. This one here, it has a C connector on it. I can take it off that way. This one here, I have a different way of getting my video off of that. But that's a different video on how to do all this. This is just an overview of what I take, what I can use, and suggestions for people. You don't need to take a bunch of stuff with you. Now for the camera, because I do take some pictures, mostly in the video, but camera-wise, I carry this. This is a Canon RP, and this is a 28mm lens, okay? You can see how small that is. And this is still a full frame camera. It does video, but you don't want to use this for video. So I use this for pictures. Okay. Mostly I do video when I travel and not pictures, but still. I have another lens. I have a 50mm that comes out to about here that I can take with this. So I use this. Now, this is a full frame camera, just one of the 11 that I have, all right? You don't need a full frame camera. You can take the prop sensor camera. It's just that I have this one. This one's three or 4 years old. So I think you can probably pick one of these up on eBay for $400 or something. But it still takes great pictures. 26.6 lens in here. Not millimeters, obviously. I can't quite think of the word. Better see me a moment here. So I use that. So these are the things that I carry with me. I'll put that back. These two are the main things for video, all right? And then I have my tablet here and I store everything on these. I have 2 of these. Where all of that fits and more actually fits in this case. See? So I got everything out of this case, and everything that fits in here. And you also, here in the front, you also have more room here. And the other one is to use one of these, okay? This one's not that much bigger than what we were looking at. Let me show you the inside of this one. Okay. So you can put a lot of stuff in here too. You just have to put some more dividers in here. And this is good because it has a few more pockets. It's got some on the outside, and it's a backpack. You can use it for that, okay? So the only difference between the stuff that I'm showing you here, what I'm saying to use in retirement is, usually in retirement, you don't want to carry a bunch of stuff, all right? When you're younger and you're traveling, you could carry more stuff. But when you get older, you try to release the tension on your back and on your shoulders, okay? That's where a backpack is more evenly, and it's a small backpack. It's only 13 inches, so it's not very big, but it carries just enough stuff that it doesn't make it unpleasant. It has a rain protector on it too that you could put on there. I guess you could put a small tripod in here if you wanted to. It has a part here for it, and then this. So that's kind of just a brief overview of everything that I take when I travel, and why this would be different than if you're not retired. Of course, I know some retired people that are only 40, so can't go by that. But usually what they say about retired, usually people 60 and over. So give that some thought. You don't need to take a lot of stuff when you travel. You don't need to spend a lot of money on camera gear when you travel either. For less than $1,000, you can get all this stuff, except for the iPad, obviously. But all the other stuff for less than $1,000, and it'll last you 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Technology is not going to change that much. You know, it's still only going to be 4K. It'll still only be maybe 8K in 2 years or 3 years, but you don't need that. So for when you're older, that's what I would suggest, is using this. Now, if you have any comments, put them down below. Subscribe to my channel if you want. And this was just a quick overview of the things that I use when I travel. If you want a more in-depth discussion on anything that we had kind of touched on, then put it in the comments below, let me know. Otherwise than that, I guess that's it for today. Hope everybody has a nice weekend. There again, I don't have weekends. A Saturday is the same as a Tuesday, and a Sunday is the same as a Thursday. So they all just run together. But for everybody else who's watching, have a great weekend. Go out there and do something this weekend. Don't sit around. I'm sure the weather's going to be good. Even back east, it's still going to be better than it has been, I would think. So that's it for this one. Don't know when I'll put up another one. Depends on what the topic is. So if you have any questions or anything, just let me know. Put it down below. And that's it for today. Thank you.